ACEs are not the high card, but I'm not talking about a deck of cards. I'm talking about adverse childhood experiences, ACEs for short. ACEs can include abuse, emotional, physical, and sexual, household challenges, witnessing parent-to-parent violence, substance abuse, divorce or incarceration, and emotional and physical neglect. All of these traumas happen between ages 0 to 17. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is the belief that humans need to create a hierarchy of needs, with higher levels becoming activated only when lower levels' needs are satisfied. If Maslow's hierarchy of needs is not met, then the person will tend to struggle more and may even experience more ACEs. The more adversity someone has experienced, the greater likelihood to struggle as an adult. Some facts about ACEs include, but are not limited to, how adversity reshapes the brain, specifically the limbic system. This leads children to easily triggered sympathetic nervous systems. The sympathetic nervous system arouses the body and prepares for action. When this is triggered and the parasympathetic nervous system is damaged or cannot react, the person's sympathetic nervous system is set into overdrive and cannot slow down. Since children are still developing rapidly at this young age, any trauma is detrimental to the brain and overall human development. As you might imagine, this can lead to many health-related issues. Some frequent health-related issues that occur are heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. Some mental health issues include PTSD, depression, and anxiety. Individuals who have experienced an ACE are more likely to develop PTSD than an individual who has never experienced an ACE. PTSD is a stress response following exposure to threatened death, serious injury, or sexual violence. Anxiety and depression are also very common in people who have experienced an ACE. All of these health risks, mental or physical, can lead to early death. Another downside to an ACE is the cycle of abuse that they cause. Substance abuse often occurs with people who are being treated for ACEs. High-risk behaviors such as substance abuse, early onset of unsafe sexual activity, and risky driving also occur more often in ACE patients. These behaviors can lead to pregnancy, STIs or STDs, and even death. To better help these individuals, we must be a trauma-informed community. In order to be a trauma-informed community, we must understand the stigma around therapy. Therapy must be accessible and normalized. People with a high ACE score are not broken or damaged. They have just experienced an adversity. Some ways to help treat adverse childhood experiences are by having many positive interactions and healthy social support. Healthy social support can include having friends and family to turn to in times of need or crisis. Social support can enhance the quality of life and provides a buffer against adverse life events. Play therapy is a great way to help domestic violence victims sort through and begin to understand their trauma. This is because they can visualize the trauma that occurred and help to imagine a new outcome. There are many types of therapy, and the different types an individual chooses depends on what they have experienced. Some different types of therapy include psychotherapy, pharmacotherapy, and group therapies. All of these are useful in treatment. So why does this field exist? What is its purpose? Because there is such a need. People forever have endured trauma. We know that we have to talk about it and bring it out into the open. It doesn't move to the processing spot of your brain until you talk about it. In conclusion, ACEs are important to understand because such a large portion of our society has experienced one type of adversity or another. We cannot begin to treat these individuals until we understand the cycle of abuse that occurs as well as the definition of trauma. It is important to have trauma-informed communities so we can better empathize with the people who need it most. Over time, different styles of therapy, such as play therapy, have come about to help treat different types of trauma and adversity. This is important to talk about because people forever have experienced trauma and will forever experience trauma. The way we handle and discuss this is what is important. As a society, it is our civic duty to learn, prevent, and support ACE victims.